You're going to need 3 cans of cream of coconut. I decided to go with Coco Lopez, but it doesn't matter what brand you use. Any is fine. Okay, so the cream of coconut comes in a really thick consistency. So you're going to want to blend it until it becomes very liquidy. Get all the clumps out of it and make sure that it's completely creamy. You're going to need a big enough pot. This is what I'm using, a kitchen pot. And now you're going to take the blended cream of coconut and pour it into that pot that you're going to use. Next, what you're going to need to do is take 3 cans of coconut milk and pour it into that blended cream of coconut. Once again, it doesn't really matter which brand you use. Again, this is what I found at my local supermarket. So yeah, so take the 3 cans of coconut milk and pour them all into the pot and just go ahead and mix that together. Alright, so we're going to take 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk and 2 cans of evaporated milk. And we're going to blend that together. Why? Because the sweetened condensed milk is kind of thick. And we want this to be very liquidy. We want this coquito to be very, very liquidy. And we're going to mix that together. After we do that, we're going to pour 2 more cans of evaporated milk into the coquito mixture. So altogether, I'm using 4 cans of evaporated milk. And after that, we're just going to mix together. Mixing is the key to this. You want to make sure everything is getting blended together greatly. Alright, so now for the fun part. So I'm using 2 bottles of coconut Bacardi. The small bottles are 375 milligrams. And we're going to pour both of the coconut Bacardis into our milk mixture. And we're going to mix both of them in. Alright, so along with the 2 bottles of coconut Bacardi, I'm also using a regular, I guess, no flavored Superior Bacardi, the regular bottle. Now with this big bottle, I'm just pouring in little by little, eyeballing it to see how much I feel like putting in, because I don't want to put too much in now and it's too much. I just want to see how it tastes as I go along with the coquito. Alrighty, so now we're going to add some spice. So I decided to add nutmeg into my coquito. This is optional. I just feel like, why not? It tastes delicious, so if you want your coquito to come out tasting like mine, you could put a little nutmeg. I don't measure. I never measure anything when I'm cooking, so don't ask me how much this is. Just look at it. After I added the nutmeg, I add some ground cinnamon. I really do believe cinnamon is what makes coquito, well, my coquito, taste so good. Yes, it looks like I'm ODing, but there's a lot of coquito in this pot, so we want to be generous. Now I'm going in with a little bit of star anise. All the little spices I'm putting in, it's optional. You don't gotta put none of this in if you don't want to. I just like to put a little bit of everything. I don't really know what this is. I think it's like crushed up cinnamon. I just found it in my cabinet and I use it for cream of wheat. So, but I'm putting a little bit of that in because a little bit of everything gives it a little more flavor, you know. Okay, so at this point, you're going to want to taste it to see if it tastes okay, and it does. So now I'm going to continue on with my spices. I'm going to go ahead and add some vanilla. I believe I added 1/3 of a cup. I think that's 1/3. Yeah. No, it's 1/8. Okay, cool. So I added 1/8 of cups and put that into my coquito. After that, I'm gonna go in with this other essence flavored spice. I don't really know what this is, but I got it from my mom. She got it from Haiti, so I just add this in to give it a little more flavor. You know, I don't really know if they sell this anywhere, but if they do, you could buy it and put it in if you want it to taste like mine. And after this, you're gonna want to mix. Don't forget to mix. Mixing is the ultimate key of this coquito. Make sure you incorporate every single component and ingredient that you put into this thoroughly. Alright, so I guess after I tasted it, I realized that it needed the rest of the bottle of Bacardi, and I went ahead and just dumped that in. So to wrap up, I used 2 bottles of coconut Bacardi and that whole entire big bottle of Bacardi. So that's, I don't know the measurement, but that's a lot. And you're gonna feel it. And that's what I want. Might not be what you want, so you can really figure that out on your own, how much you want to put. Okay, so here you see me adding some salt. Now, why add salt? Do I want this to be salty? No. But my mom always tells me salt really balances everything out, and I do believe that when cooking or drink making or whatever. And the salt is just going to balance out all the stuff that I really added into this and make it come all together. All right, guys, so here is my key. I'm adding lime. Yes, lime. Lime is the key. Well, one of my keys. I'm just taking a piece of the skin of the lime, 2 pieces of the skin of the lime, as you see, and I'm just peeling it. I'm not going all the way deep into it where you can see the inside of the lime. I'm just peeling it enough where it's just the white part, and I'm just putting that in. After I peel those 2 pieces off, I'm gonna go ahead and grate some lime pieces and put that into my coquito as well. This makes a huge difference. Like, it just, you can just taste the undertone of the lime when you drink the coquito. It's phenomenal. I'm telling you, it's amazing. And as that coquito sits in that bottle over time, it just gets better and better because of that lime and everything else, of course. I feel like when you just let it sit, it makes it better. I cannot prove this scientifically, but I just think it really does in my heart. So I'm gonna let this sit overnight and just let it do its thing. I don't know what it's really gonna do in there because I'm not gonna be watching it, but I trust it to know that it's gonna do a good job sitting there overnight. Okay guys, so these are the bottles that I'm gonna be using to store my Coquito in, and I'm putting 1 cinnamon stick in each bottle. This is a must. This is a must. This is so important, and I don't see that a lot of people do this, but no, actually I learned this from somebody. She put cinnamon in her Coquito, and I was like, wow, nobody's ever did this, and I like it. So shout outs to you, the person that showed me this. But I just feel like that cinnamon really, it does something to it. It does something to it, I'm telling you. I feel like I made a lot of Coquito, more than I expected. Well, not really. But I went ahead and rinsed out all the Bacardi bottles that I used to make the Coquito. And I also put 3 cinnamon sticks in each, well, 1 cinnamon stick in all 3 of the bottles. So I'm gonna seal these bottles up and just let them sit there overnight, and yeah, that's it. All right, so this is the next day, the next morning. Took the Coquito out of the fridge. Now I'm taking off the saran wrap, and I got my funnel there ready to start the process of putting this delicious Coquito into the bottles. All right guys, this is how the Coquito looks after it sat in the fridge overnight. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a quick little mix to get everything incorporated all together again. So let me just zoom into that. All right. So I feel like when it sits overnight, it makes it easier for that cinnamon to really, because you know how when you put a dry product onto a wet product and it just sits on top? I feel like when it sits overnight, that cinnamon is able to just like blend in more easily or whatever. Again, I don't know the science to this, so I'm just saying what I see, okay? All right, so you're gonna need some type of cup, a Pyrex cup. Well, I'm using a Pyrex measuring cup to get the Coquito into the bottles. You're gonna want to put your funnel in the bottle. You're not gonna need what is it called? Whatever I'm using to pour it into the cup. I'm gonna show you why you're not gonna need that. It made no sense that I did this, and you're gonna see why. But so we're gonna watch me struggle and do this stupid process that I thought made sense for a little longer until I finally realize what makes more sense. So yeah. So as you can see, I realized that it is way more intelligent to just pour that measuring cup into the coquito, make sure it's thoroughly washed, as I did, and just pour it in right into that pot and just fill the whole entire cup up. Just do it like that because it makes so much more sense, okay? It may get a little messy, maybe not for you, but I was actually rushing. I had somewhere to go right after this, so I was just trying to get this done, you know, trying to get this bottled and set and delivered. As you can see, the pieces and the ingredients that I put in the coquito are not going inside the bottle. But that's fine. I mean, you can let them go in, you cannot. It don't really matter. But we have those cinnamon sticks in the coquito bottles, and that's what really matters. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to go ahead and continue bottling the rest of these bottles. And we'll check back when we're done. So I'm just like finishing the rest of the bottles. And yeah, I actually ended up adding 2 more bottles that I found in my house that were empty. It's always good to keep bottles. Here we have it. This is the final product. I only showed the pretty bottles, but this is the final product. I'll also link down where I got these bottles. I got them on Amazon for like $20. But this is the final product, like I said, for the 3rd time, of my delicious coquito. I believe that I make the best coquito in the world. Okay? My coquito is so good. So good. I'm not even Spanish, bro. I'm not even Spanish. All right, so there you have it. That's it. Finito. Bye.